Hey cousins, it's cousin Rosie, and in this video we are making some homemade meatless spaghetti sauce in the slow cooker. I love when my spaghetti sauce is cooked low and slow. The results are amazing, so let's get right to it. So here on my chopping board, I have my yellow onion, although it looks white on camera, and I'm also dicing up some green bell pepper. In this pan, I'm going to drizzle in some olive oil, and the heat is on medium. I'm going to start off by adding in my onions, and followed by the onions, of course, we will be adding in our bell pepper. So, of course, like I mentioned earlier, I'm using green bell pepper. If you want to use red or yellow or a different color, you certainly can. I just really prefer green bell pepper. I like the pop of color in my spaghetti sauce. All right, so this has been cooking for about 5 minutes or so, and now we can start adding in our garlic. I'm going to be using up some fresh chopped garlic, but if you have some store-bought minced garlic, you can certainly use that. You know, the kind that comes in a jar. You can use that as well. Go ahead, mix everything until well combined. You want it to be nicely cooked until it's nice and tender. And once it is, you're going to turn off the heat, and we're going to start adding everything into our crock pot. So this is a 4-quart crock pot. I'm going to start adding in my diced canned tomatoes. Followed by those, we're going to add in some tomato sauce. And then I'm going to start adding in crushed tomatoes. I like to use all three because I love the texture of all three instead of just using one. And I'm just using some regular old Walmart tomatoes, y'all. I'm not being fancy with it. But speaking of fancy, I am going to be fancying it up with my rosemary seasonings, my herbs de Provence. So instead of using Italian seasoning, I prefer this. If you have a preference, you know, if you like Italian over herbs de Provence, you can use that, but y'all don't know what you're missing, okay? But anyway, we're going to add in some kosher salt. Usually I would use sea salt, but since this meatless spaghetti sauce will be used for like lasagna or spaghetti or stuffed shells, because I really haven't decided yet, I want to just keep the taste kind of neutral, and then I can add stuff later on depending on the dish. So I added in a little bit of sugar. That's just going to bring the acidity levels down. I also added some basil, oregano, and of course our peppers. And I did add our pepper and onions, and then I did add a little bit of black pepper. So we're going to mix everything until it's well combined, and once it is, we're going to place the lid on our meatless spaghetti sauce, and then we're going to let this cook on high for 4 hours, y'all, okay? And if you want to do this on your stovetop, I have the directions for that on my blog, iHeartRecipes.com. So, y'all, that's it. Really easy. Again, you can use this for more dishes than just spaghetti. But head over to iHeartRecipes.com to get the exact measurements.